Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to look at a level 10 Lynx Rainbow Showcase on Int LR Cell. So this is back from the worldwide celebration where he was with Gohan. So this is actually 2 years ago. So the year before, you remember we had the Majin Buu with Strength Vegito, and then the year before that was Gohan and the Cell. So the Gohan and Cell, they're actually getting fairly old at this point, but they're still fairly good, fairly relevant units, right? And the Link level update really helped this guy. He was not putting up great numbers before the Link level update, and then afterwards, his damage just shot up, right? So he's looking a lot better now. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at his passive here. I'll show you the team build, then we'll jump right into the showcase. So as you know, he is an Android Cell Saga category lead. The team, to be honest, isn't that fantastic. I don't like this guy as much as the leader. I would rather run somebody else as a leader. Thankfully, this guy's on a ton of teams, so there's a ton of really good teams you can run him on. He does have a very good link set, and he works well with units on his teams, right? His super attack effect, colossal damage and lowers defense, nothing great there. The 18 key greatly raises attack for 1 turn and does mega colossal. So at least raising attack on the 18 key, I would say that is very good, right? And then we look at the passive. His passive is actually quite simple. So once again, this is before like the massive power creep we've had these days where like units passives are giant paragraphs, right? He's fairly simple. It's attack and defense 80%. He gets an additional defense up to 80% if he has more HP remaining, the better the boost. And then he gets an additional 1 key and attack plus 20% per existing enemy. And then he evolves when conditions are met. Basically, his evolution, he just has to fall between 30% or less. Once he evolves, we get the perfect cell. And when we have this perfect cell, basically he gets an active skill that he gets added on. So what you have to do with this perfect cell, first of all, you don't see this guy very often because falling below 30% isn't the easiest thing to do. The reason why falling below 30% is hard is because typically in this game when you die, it's because like the enemy steamrolls you and like kills you in 1 turn. Because like if you're actually doing real difficult content, it's basically like the wrong unit getting super attacked for like 400 or 500k and you're just decimated, right? It's typically not like the enemy's whittling you down slowly and you can really control your health. So basically when this goes off, it's more of like a situation where like you barely squeak by and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I survived. And then when it goes off, it's very useful because he's gonna like full heal you when it happens, right? So this is why the new Vegeta's exchange is extremely difficult to get, because it's basically the same condition as this, but it's harder because you have to start the turn under 30% and you have to die, and like, there's still like no guarantee you'll die, right? So anyways, if you actually get to the cell, he does get the active skill where after 3 turns after transforming, he greatly raises attack and he does like a super Kamehameha. So it's like an attack skill, right? His passive changes, so he does the full HP recover, which is great. Like this cell transforming has helped me in really hard content, right? So the way I would think of this transformation is like, don't expect to get it on a regular basis, but once in a while it can come in clutch and really help you, right? So then he gets Ki plus 4, attack and defense 120, another attack and defense 20% when attacking with 4 or more Ki spheres obtained, another 20% attack and defense with 6 or more, and then another 20% attack with 8 or more Ki spheres obtained. So basically it's kind of like a nuking passive, but instead of getting like percentage per orb, he just gets upgrades based on how many he grabs. So I would like to bring like key orb changing items in here to show that off, but you'll see why I didn't in a minute when we actually talk about what event we're going into. But that's basically the passive right there. So in this form, he can hit really hard. So my goal is I do want to try to show off this form in the video. So we'll see what happens when we get there, right? Okay, so when we go back to here, I basically just built mine with crit. He doesn't really get anything crazy on additional. You could balance his additionals more if you wanted more additional. I just decided to go full crit with this guy. I did give him some crit and attack equips there to beef that up a little bit. You can see full level 10 links. And then you can see he is just on a ton of categories. So like his utility is great. And a lot of people have this guy because they've been putting him and Gohan. They've been like a regular on like pretty much any of the big celebration banners, they've just been throwing these guys everywhere like candy. So if you've been playing, I would say for the last year or so, odds are you have Cell and Gohan and probably Dupes, right? And then obviously if you played during their initial launch, a lot of people summon for them then, right? So yeah, that's basically Cell's kit. So we'll see what happens when we get in, right? So this is my team build. So I'm running Cooler in the Transformation Boost Terrifying Conquerors team. Typically, if a unit fits on Cooler's team, it's usually the build I prefer to run, just because Cooler, once again, is a support unit as the leader, which I think is really good for team flexibility. Now, I'm going to shout it out again. Dokkan, you got to fix the friend system. Cooler is like one of the better leaders in the game still, in my opinion. Actually, if you guys haven't watched it yet, I have a video out on my 3 current favorite teams in Dokkan, and one of them is Cooler's team. And I literally had to refresh like 4 times. Like I had to like go into events and leave and come back in to refresh my friends list just to get a Cooler friend. That's how ridiculous this is getting, guys. And the point is, and I know I'm going off on a little bit of tangent here, but Dokkan needs to do something about the friend system, because the reason why people aren't running Cooler isn't because Cooler's bad. It's because there are so many other leaders that people want to show off and that they want to run. So as the game gets more and more leaders, it's only going to be harder and harder to find the ones you want. So it's only a matter of time. Dokkan's got to do something. I'm going to say within the next year. They've got to fix the friend system within the next year. Because if we can't run our actual units on our teams, like, it's going to be hard for people to want to pull for new units if you can't run their teams, right? So anyways, that's my little tangent on Cooler in the friend system. So my team build is fairly simple. I'm going to be floating the 2 strength Coolers as support. I'm going to be floating Toa as support. And this is why it's so flexible, right? Since the Cooler and the friend unit are support units, it means I can just build 2 rotations with my units. So I'm building Int Cell out with the physical LR Cell. They link really, really well together. By the way, my physical Cell is 79%. And he is also full level 10 links. So consider this kind of a sneak peek on him. When I actually rainbow him, I'll give him his full showcase as well. But it's basically going to be like a very similar setup. Then my other rotation, it doesn't really matter what you do, so I just wanted to do something fun. And I wanted to throw these year 5 fusion units on there, just because I haven't used them in a while, and it'd be fun just to get them out in a video. And they are both rainbow full level 10 links. So I do have a separate video out on them if you want to see what their showcase looks like. Just look in my channel, I do have a video on them as well. So let's go ahead and hop in. Now, this is the reason why. So originally I wanted to take in like an orb change item, but I decided I kind of need to run the legendary GT Goku event because I need to take damage. If I want to show off his transformation, I need to make sure I can take enough damage to get it done. If I did the regular GT Goku event, I could take enough damage, but I would probably have to get all the way to strength or Int UI Goku to do that. So I think we're going to try this more difficult event and see how Cell does in here. Now, the way my rotations worked out is actually okay. You can see I've got physical Cell here in turn 1. We'll leave him on rotation and we'll get Vegito off rotation. And then I'll have basically by the next time this rotation hits, both my rotations will be set. So we'll take a look here, a little sneak peek at physical Cell. The problem is he'd actually take a lot of damage. I mean, should I just take damage? No. Here's the thing. I could try to take damage and actually transform right away, but we want to see the other Cell, right? So we got to see him before he transforms first. So let's go ahead and we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll use no items here. But this turn, like turn 1, could get some damage. Let's see. Okay, double-digit normals is fine. That's good. Alright, and then Cell, he's not going to do much damage here, which is okay. This is giving me time to set up my rotation, so I don't mind that. So 2.6 from this guy with only a 12 key and like not link the best, right? So that's fine for that physical Cell. We'll kind of look at them once we got that full rotation going. They're both going to look really good because they both have big bad bosses. They have a lot of really big attack links that these villain units have, right? Okay, so this turn, yeah, we'll just take Toa off rotation and we'll let Gogeta swing away here. By the way, guys, in this video, I'll probably talk about part 3 of the worldwide celebration. Honestly, I don't know when this video will go up. Basically, when you see these showcase videos pop up and they're like with units like unrelated to the current celebration, basically I am just going, what I'm doing periodically is when there's not enough content for me to put new content on my channel, what I'm doing is I'm going through my box and basically any level 10 link rainbowed unit, I'm making showcases for them, and I'm kind of putting those out on my channel just to have like regular updates to my channel all the time, even if there isn't new content to cover in Dokkan. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you'll see these random showcases just pop up. Alright, so we've got the rotation we want here. So yeah, look at that. 6 out of 7 links. All we're missing is shocking speed with physical and Kamehameha with the int one. So yeah, look at that. Int Cell, 262k defense. Like, that's ridiculously solid. Like, for like turn 1, like just slot 1 unit, that is like actually very, very good defense for him to have. So I am very, very happy with that number. And it looks like we are going to get an 18 key super right away, which is very good. And we're going to get a big super attack with both. So we're going to see what both of these units can do here. We're going to be testing Cell right away because this is type disadvantage. So let's see what Cell takes here. Type disadvantage, double digits, which is good. I mean, that defense is really solid. And yeah, there he is at 4.5, right? So remember, by today's standards, like 4.5 isn't like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But considering this guy is over 2 years old, right? And then look at this guy almost at 5 mil, and this guy's even older. Like, this guy could get an easy A. Like, the next time they do a Cell Saga type celebration, like this physical Cell, I would say is up for an easy A, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, so like I said, I was going to talk about part 3, and this kind of brings me to my point, because that physical Cell, I'm pretty sure I think he's older than physical Bardock. They're very close. Like, they're both in that same. So this physical Cell and the LR physical Bardock, they're both in that same class of LR. They're in that same grouping. They're the like 100% leads. They're like the group after the 90% leads, right? So I'm pretty sure physical Cell is older, but Bardock could be older. But anyways, talking about part 3, and look at these guys. So these guys linked up and transformed. I just want to look at these year 5s. Yeah, but only like 100k defense, right? They are going to get some defense on super, I believe. But yeah, we'll kind of let them show off a little bit in this video as well, and hopefully along the process we'll take some damage. But anyways, talking about part 3 for the 350 million download celebration. So at the time I'm recording this, we know some info about it, but not everything yet, and it hasn't dropped yet. But what has been revealed so far is we know that Int Ginyu's getting an easy A, and we know all the free-to-play farmable units are getting easy A's. So the physical Goku, Dodoria, and Zarbon, and then the Krillin Vegeta, they're all getting easy A's. Then the French data miners, I believe it was iSeriously, basically gave us a hint saying that LR physical Bardock is getting his easy A. So everyone was figuring there would be an LR easy A, and we weren't sure what one it would be. But as they kind of integrated Bardock more and more into the celebration, I think it was fairly obvious that he was going to be a very good choice for that, right? So the fact that Bardock is very likely getting an easy A here means that this physical Cell right here, like literally any celebration, he could get an easy A, which is crazy because he's already hitting very hard, right? So yeah, look at Incel again, 263k defense. We'll leave him in slot 1 because if anything else, we might take some damage here, right? The one we're going to have to really watch out for is when we get to graded Goku. I don't think we're at risk of dying here, even if Cell takes a super attack. Let's see what happens. If I were smart, guys, I would have brought Ghost Usher. Alright, let's see what this does. This is going to be type disadvantage. Okay, yeah, 380. That's going to be a hefty hit. I knew we would get it. I really should have taken a Ghost Usher just in case a situation like this. We'll see what our health is at. But if we're... Okay, we are within 30%. Okay. That's unfortunate. If I had brought in a Ghost Usher, we could guarantee transformation, right? So what we're going to have to do... Let's see what Goku's health is at, though. Okay. Okay, we're okay here. I think. Oh no, Toe's gonna get crushed, isn't she? Oh, the clutch dodge. We were gonna die there because that was a type disadvantage shot. Okay, so what we have to do here. We're gonna do this. I am not going to heal. I am simply going to wheeze. And this actually might make for good for the video, guys, because we don't have to go very deep in the event. We basically saw Cell, right? So untransformed, we can say in a good situation about 260 something K defense, and his attack stat was like in the 4.5 to 5 mil range, right? So as we go through, no matter how long the event is, that's basically where it's going to be. Cell's defense will fluctuate and get lower though if the health is lower, but I think if we can get this transformation off here, as long as Goku doesn't super, I mean, you know what? Let's just be safe. I'll just double Whis because I'm not trying to beat this, right? If we double Whis, that's basically guaranteeing we can't be hurt here. And I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll take out Goku here. Then we should get Cell transforming to do full heal. And then we'll be able to see, like, then we'll just take a good look and we'll get as far as we can with the perfect Cell. and really look at him in the showcase, right? These animations, by the way, I don't know. Strength Gogeta might still be my favorite in the game. I know some of the new animations are crazy, right? Like, the Vegeta Exchange Goku, like, their animations are insane. The problem is like, that Goku is so hard to get off. Like, you're never going to see those animations, right? But yeah, those are your 5s. Here we go. We got it, guys. So, kind of one of the reasons I wanted to go into the GT Goku event, just so I knew I could get this off really fast. And we could get this in the showcase, right? Alright, so the problem now is this guy hits like a truck and we're out of Whis, but I think those Whis should have carried over, so I think we're going to be okay. We did lose a Link in the process, but that's alright. I would like to be able to get Cell a lot of Ki here, because the more Ki you can pick up, the stronger he's going to be. But unfortunately, I can't. This is where I'm in a tough situation here, right? What's his defense? 126k defense, but he gets stats, I believe, on Super now. So he's not as impressive, like, on start of turn. Let me grab some orbs here. Yeah, okay. Well, let's just see how this goes down. I think the double Whis should still be in effect here. So I don't think we're going to die. Let's see here. Because I don't think switching to a new phase, yeah, I think we're okay here. So there's 3.5 mil, but remember, guys, that's only the 12 Ki. And this guy gets exponentially stronger the more Ki we grab. So what I'm hoping for is the next turn, I can set up the orb placement so that Cell can grab 8 the next time he pops up. That's what I'd like to get in the video. And then hopefully we can see the ultimate Kamehameha as well, right? That's our goal, is to try to get that off. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to see what Part 3 has in store for us. I'm really excited for all these EZAs. Like, even if there's nothing more than what we already know for the EZAs, I'm still going to be happy, because there's a lot of fun stuff coming. Alright, so I'm just going to use Princess Snake, because I need whatever I can get, right, in terms of damage reduction. Shoot, that toe is going to get us crushed. I'm going to do double Princess Snake. I know I'm being very wasteful with my items, but that now should be a 60% damage reduction, just because I think I've got this set up how I want. Because if I leave this stack of green here in the middle, I think we can get 8 orbs, hopefully. Let me do that, and let me do that. Alright, so all we got to do is survive here, and I think I can get the turn we want. Okay, yep. The Princess Snake was good. 5 mil from this guy, by the way. And I'm okay if we take this guy out. That's fine. If we take him out, it doesn't matter to me. I really don't care here, because I just want to get this final attack stat with Cell, and I think we'll actually call it good. I mean, I know it's going to be a shorter showcase, but when the units don't stack, like, my goal with the showcase, like, I don't feel like it's necessary to show them in all their teams and all their whatevers. Like, I'm just going to show you, like, here's a basic situation with a good linking partner and a support, and between all the teams, you figure out how you want to build and put that in there, and just understand that it will fluctuate, right? Like, he can be better or worse based on the linking situation and the team setup. So for me, I like to keep these setups kind of short and sweet. Okay, yep. I think we needed the double Princess Snake there, because of course he supered in the worst spot. But now, we're going to fit... Oh, shoot. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I could show the ultimate Kamehameha here, but it'll take him out. So to me, let's grab the 9 orbs and let's see this. This is going to finish him off for sure. So we're going to get the 9 orb attack. Defensively now he's at 211k defense, which is okay. We'll do this. And we'll do this. And what we'll do is we'll hope we can survive one more turn to show the ultimate Kamehameha. So there he is at 8.2, right? So this is where you can see how, like, Cell is definitely aging. 8.2 is a great attack stat, but think of, like, how hard it was to get there, right? You have to be in a situation where you get this very difficult transformation off, and then you have to be able to grab 8 or more orbs. But that's a really nice attack stat if you can do it consistently. The problem is power creep, right? So units like GT Goku, like, he can just do that turn 1 by grabbing a bunch of orbs, and it's very free and easy, right? Units like the new LR Goku and Frieza, they can put up numbers that high, and they're multi-attacking, like, guaranteed on turns, right? So that's why when you look at the Cell, it's like, yep, he's good, but he's been power crept a lot. So he's very usable still. I'd say he's still a very good unit, but just keep in mind there are better units out there. Because I was so wasteful with my items, guys, we're probably going to die here, I'm not going to lie, but we'll just attack through and see what happens. I mean, maybe we'll get lucky and Vegeta won't get crushed on normals. Yeah, even Gogeta's taken on normals here, okay. Let's see what happens. I mean, look at Gogeta, 6 mil attack stat. I still like these year 5 fusions. Once again, it's just power creep, right? Like, none of these older units are bad. It's just you need to compare them to what's out now. But you definitely can still have a lot of fun with these units. They're still very usable and good content. I feel like the year 5 fusions are still very usable and hard content today. You just have to like build the team and make sure that the rest of the team isn't getting crushed, right? Okay, it's really going to depend. I know Vegeta does get defense on super, so if we can get some multi-supers here, as long as Vegito doesn't get supered, and as long as he's not getting crushed on normals, I think we'll be okay here. Might actually have a chance to survive this, although we got Cooler on the end, who by no means is a defensive god, right? Okay, double-digit normals, okay. Cooler definitely, though, could take more than 370k from a super here. So Goku just has to be really nice and not super us. And then hopefully you can get that cell. Okay, oh yeah, 88k normal, woofda. Alright guys, I think we got the video here. Okay. So int cell, let's see the Kamehameha. See how much damage. Once again, enjoy this animation because you do not see this one very often. You do not see this often. Very nice and clean though, it looks great. And how much damage are we gonna do here? Yeah, about 2 mil. Not the worst, right? And let's see, we'll take a 6 key attack stat here. If we survive, and the Dokkan attack, I mean, we'll roll along here. This'll probably be the last turn. I don't know. I don't think we can squeak by and beat this one without items. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Maybe we'll decide to try to beat the GT Goku event. I could call this video, like, let's say I go through and I actually beat it. I could call it, like, how to beat the GT Goku event irresponsibly, because I burned my items, like, so early. And basically just to survive and try to get this cell to work out, right? So there we go, big Dokkan attack for Cell. I mean, we are going to get, like, full healed here, if we survive the turn. Wait, we just took him out. Okay, I'm kind of curious, guys. Let's just see what happens if we survive this turn. I mean, there's no way, right? Like, Cooler on the... Oh, yeah, look at that. Cooler on the end is going to absolutely get smacked up. And I'm gonna be stingy and refuse to break up my... Yeah, I'm going to refuse to break up my fusion rotation. So, yeah, we'll just see how quickly we die here, guys. We are for sure not going to survive this. I think even on normals alone, like, I think Cooler's going to die. Even if he doesn't super, I think we're dead on normals here. Let's see what happens. Okay, he's doing okay on normals, Gogeta is. That's okay. And then 7.5 mil. I mean, here's the thing with the year 5 fusions, by the way. We'll just throw this in here. People very rarely see them fully built up because they're, like, so powerful. I mean, newer content is more difficult, right? But part of the issue is they take a while to fully build up, and they're so powerful they can rarely, like, take advantage of their, like, multi-attack turns to build up their passives more. But these guys are getting pretty beefy, right? I would say this, the year 5 fusions, like, if you had them turn 1 transform fully built, like, they compete with top tier units today. Like, I would say they compete with, like, the Goku and Frieza in terms of, like, damage, right? Like, their damage is up there. Alright, I think this is going to take us out here. Let's see. Oh yeah, 600k solid. Nice and clean there, right? Alright guys, so there you go. Let me know what you think of this Incel. Like, he's a great unit, very usable, right? And like I said, he can be valuable in hard content. I think the thing that's really nice about his transformation, even though it has that tough HP restriction, it does not have a turn restriction, does not require a certain unit on the team. So it is a very usable and can definitely save you in hard content. So anyways guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.